Everybody out there in YouTube Nation, it is I, Mark Patterson, NCKFA. And today I'm doing a review. And the thing I want to let you know, because I'm keeping it 100% real and legit with you guys out there, EgoNets sponsors myself as well as the NCKFA. I want to get that out there right away because it's not, if I give you a review and then I don't say that, somebody out there might say, of course you have to like them. They send him nets. They do occasionally send me a net, and I'm glad to get it. And the honest truth is, I went after them. I saw them at the Big Rock Show many years ago. They make incredible nets, and I was like, I want to find out more about them. Started a relationship with the owner, and I tell you, they're great nets. But here's something I want to show you. It's a tip and a review. So here we go. Having said that, this is the largest net that Ego makes. It's 24 by 27, so it's a really, really big net. It has a 48-inch handle, which is really long, and with the Ego nets, what are nice is they expand even longer. I don't know how much of that, but it's long. I mean, it's probably 6 feet, 7 feet maybe that you can extend this to. All the specs are on EgoNet, EGO, and I'll leave a link or something down here on the bottom. But this giant net, and people say, well, why in the world would you ever need a net that big? And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you the tournament tip of the year. I fish a lot of tournaments, love to fish tournaments, love to compete. And if you're fishing for big catfish, big carp, or big drum, you're going to need a big net if you hook and get to the kayak what you're fishing for. So many times I see people out there with bass nets or crappie nets that are really too small for what they're trying to do. And I've actually been in situations where I've been fishing with someone who didn't have a really big net that actually made fun of my net before this happened. And they hooked probably the largest catfish of their life, a giant blue catfish. And they couldn't get the fish in the net enough, and it kept rolling out, and tried to reach and put his hand in his mouth to bring it in. Fish wouldn't open his mouth. Ended up losing the fish right at kayak side because he didn't have a big enough net. So don't let that be you. If you're tournament fishing, you need a big net. Jimmy Price, the late great Jimmy Price, told me something one time about 25 years ago when I made fun of his big net. He said, boy, if you come into a tournament with a little net, you expect to catch a little fish. Wise. So bring a big net, because you can put a little fish in a big net, but not a big fish in a little net. So Ego Nets makes a great net. It's extendable. It fits in your kayak well. Tip though, on the larger net, they don't have rubber mesh. So make sure before you net the fish, you put it in the water, which, you know, you're going to put it in the water and get the fish anyway. But get the net coating wet before you scoop that fish out. So the next time you're going out fishing, make sure you have a big net for a big fish. Follow us on Instagram, because if it ever warms up, we're going to go catch some big fish. NCKFA OIC. See you on the water.